Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal Means, for those of you who aren't familiar with me. In my channel, we talk about inspiring and motivating women into living their best life. In today's video, I want to share with you the top life lessons that COVID-19 has taught me. So let's get started. Life lesson number one that was taught to me was change is uncomfortable, but is absolutely necessary in order for you to grow. 2020 has been an amazing year of growth for people who are open to the experience. Friends, family, everywhere. A lot of people are taking the road that 2020 is the worst year for mankind. We've lost lives, we've lost loved ones. It is absolutely tragic, everything that has happened. And I'm not saying that these things needed to happen. I'm choosing to see and take from them the positive things. Change for me has always been something that has been uncomfortable. I'm the type of girl where, if you're gonna throw a bomb on me, you need to give me like 24 hours to process that, because I'm just gonna silently freak out in my mind. People might look at me and be like, what are you thinking? Because I'm just going to have this stare, or I'm going to be like, I don't know if anybody else is like that. Once those 24 hours have passed, you know what? I'm okay. I just need to be like, okay, what's the worst that can happen with this new news? What's the best that can happen with this new news? And just kind of, go about things that way. But I find myself posing the question to people, I challenge you to look at things in a different perspective. That's probably been a really, implemental lesson of this change is uncomfortable, because these changes, if you allow them to, allow you to think differently. You know what I mean? Number two is take a stand for yourself and honor your feelings. So many of us have been walking through life who haven't honored their feelings. You feel certain things, you shove them down inside. You don't open yourself up, You either are too concerned with what other people are going to think about you, you're too concerned with, those changes, you're going to have to make those moves, those icky moves sometimes. You might have to quit your job, and that might challenge your security. You might need to, you might lose friends. You might lose, hopefully if they're your real friends, you're not going to lose them. But real friends should be able to have a differences of opinion. People should be able to ebb and flow with you, and that's when you're going to find your soul tribe right there. People who can have a differences of opinion, but are still going to love you and support you, even if your choices are different than theirs. I've had to really stand up for myself. A lot of my journey and my path is a little unconventional for some people. I've had people in my life who feel that success and what you need to be doing in life is working your 9-to-5 job and making a stable, substantial income, and you just go to work every day, you come home, and then you build your life around that. I wanted to have a life where I worked for me, and I wanted to live a life that I was filled with passion, passionate about the things that I believe and that I feel. And along the way, sometimes people might not support you, and that's okay, because the number one person that you need to care about most is yourself. And as long as you are making yourself happy and it is aligning with the highest good of all and for yourself, then hey girl, you're golden. That's really what life's about. And being happy and joyful, and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, because you are worth it, and you are beautiful, and you can do anything that you want. You just have to really, really, really believe that in yourself. So standing up for what I believe in, and I and building my life around those ideals. There's really just nothing more important to that. If it wasn't for COVID, with everything that happened, I might not have taken the steps as quickly as I needed to. So, that for me has always been, I'm super grateful for that. Number 3 is courage to move forward without knowing the outcome. This was very challenging for me because, COVID, the pandemic, with everything that was going on, everybody is very fearful because we're like, oh my gosh, what is this? It's going to kill us all. And, everybody had all of their thoughts and their ideas, and, it was really scary. There comes a point when I said, okay, well, I'm just going to have to do the best that I can without knowing the outcome, because that's what creates anxiety, really, is fear of the future. So if you stay in the present moment, as present as possible, even if you got to take it hour by hour, minute by minute, day by day, week by week, just keep trucking forward. Those little baby steps will get you to wherever it is that you need to go. But a lot of people in this time are really getting courageous, and I think that's amazing. I think humanity is, as a whole, really stepping up, and the individuality that's coming out is fantastic, and I'm super excited for our future. I hope everybody feels the same, because for me, I think that we have just the inventiveness that's coming out, the originality that's coming out. Pretty amazing. Number 4, take time for reflection and look inwards. This is probably, I would say they're all important, but this is really important. This is the key to the life that you want to build for yourself. You need to take that time for reflection, and this pandemic definitely has made us take that time, right? Some people have spent the time binging on Netflix, and I found some pretty great shows through this, but who are you? What do you want? What do you like? What relationships, how do they make you feel? Meditation has been a really implemental tool for me to just sit by myself and in a quiet environment and really just ask and sit and read. I've been able to read, and using those top 10 lists, those like encyclopedias all about me, I have been really taking time to really sit and ask myself questions I haven't asked myself in a really, really, really long time. I got a book here, the Me Journal, Questionable Keepsake. Like lists, like things you pride yourself on, or events you'd want to visit as a time traveler, because I like fun little things like that. You should ask some strangers questions like this. I do it all the time. You would be amazed at the types of things that you'd find out about people or not find out about people. Things you wanted to be as a child. Going into figuring out what you wanted to do as a child, how that has changed me. I still am doing what I always wanted to do as a child, which was I wanted to be an actor. And I decided to go back to those roots. Some other questions that I ask you, what's your biggest source of disappointment? Or how many times do you say I love you a week? Your ideal hug, how long would that last? For me, they say that your hugs are supposed to last is like 5 to 7 seconds. And if you really think about it, hugging somebody for 5 seconds in 1001, 1002, most people don't hug that long. And if you do, some people might beg to say that you're creepy. Depending on who you're hugging. It's just taking those times to just be reflective and look inwards and what it is and who you are, right? Things that are important to you. I've been able to do a lot of reflection during this time, and I hope that you guys have as well. And with tip number 5, which is asking what you want to do with your life, right? what is it you really want to do? What makes you happy? Like I said, I definitely recommend any like self-help books, any questionnaires, those this or that's that you see on Instagram, anything of that nature. Just explore and have fun. It doesn't have to be all serious. It doesn't have to be, super thought-provoking things. You can just be fun about it, because at the end of the day, if you stick in with what makes you happy and you've got that joy going and you're able to laugh and think about those things that you could think about as a child before ego got involved, then hey, you know what? You're going to be at a much more along the journey, and I think you'd be really happy with everything. Tip number 6. Not tip number. Life lesson number 6. To trust my instincts and my intuition. Biggest key. We all have those little voices in our head that say, oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this right now. Oh, maybe I should turn here instead of where I normally go every day. Walking into a room. Try to feel the energy in that room. I feel energy. I can walk into a room and everybody can feel it, like that. I could slice this like tension with a knife. Anything like that. All those little things are little clue-ins to your intuition and your instincts. A lot of times, we just don't even pay attention to those things. We just ignore them. Well, that's probably my head saying, I'm probably just being paranoid, or I'm probably this, or probably that. And while that is and can be true, most often I would say take a little bit extra time and think about, what does this mean? And maybe every once in a while, to start, you actually trust that. And even if you might want to do something, or you might want to go a particular place, if that little voice inside your head is saying don't do it, why don't you try it out and don't do it? Maybe take an entire day and just based on your feelings, like how you're feeling, just let your day lead you. And you might be surprised that your day ends up pretty fantastic. So that's something that I've learned that's really helped me out along this way. I mean, heck, we've all had the time in the world, right? Lesson number 7. Not everybody can come up the elevator with you. This lesson for me has been very difficult. This goes along with the idea of standing up for yourself and honoring your feelings, because, not everybody's going where you're going. Where I'm at now and in my journey, whoever comes upon this video is meant to see this video. That's what I believe. You're meant to receive the information. The information is in front of you because you're meant to receive it. And I want to inspire everybody, to be the best that they can be within themselves. I authentically wish for you to find those parts of yourself that you didn't know existed. So that you can have the fullest, widest life as possible. Not everybody's ready for that. And everybody is at a different point in the journey. And I'm discovering it's okay when people aren't on the same path as you, or they're not at the same center point in the path. If you're farther along the journey than someone else. And what I mean by the journey is just the understanding of self. That you can be a beacon and you can be a light for them when they need it. Living that life for yourself will hopefully inspire others around you to want to live the same type of life, a fulfilling life. And all you can do is, when you're up at the top of that elevator, send a rope down to somebody if their elevator's broken. And when they're ready to make that journey, you'll be right there waiting for them. Another lesson I've learned is not all goodbyes are bad. Letting go can be good. And I say can be good because, oh man, I am extremely loyal, and I never, ever, ever want to give up on anything in my life. There does come a point though where you have to let go sometimes. Think, I've thought. Well, you have to accept everything because that equals love. And while love is accepting 100%, sometimes the lesson is in just being able to let go. You can still send love to whatever it is. You could still have the love, but it doesn't have to be in your life. It's like tree rot. It's a beautiful tree, but if the tree is infecting all the other trees around it, sometimes you have to cut down the tree. You got to take it out, because what it's doing is it's just not the good for the forest. Lesson 9. Discovering the depth of my purpose. Circumstances in this world, as we see them now, has literally given us an opportunity to start over. I really, really encourage you to see that opportunity. Everything got shut down. We weren't able to go anywhere or do anything. We were forced to sit in the life that we built for ourselves, wherever that is. We had to depend on the circle of the people that we had around us. We had to, found through that you may have found you didn't like who you were. You may have found that you didn't like that job you were working in every day. You know, that you weren't passionate about that. You might have found that the break from that job made you reevaluate your entire life. You might find that maybe you weren't working before this, and you might find something through all of this chaos something that fills you up, that inspires you, that makes you want to go out and, put those passions toward whatever that is. If it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't be where I am today. This pandemic has taught me the really, really unique opportunity in starting over. And I really hope that it has inspired you all to take control of your life, and that you see it that way, and you take this time to do productive things for yourself and for your family, whatever passion that fills you. Lesson number 10. Most of the time, it is not about you. Everyone has been going through a lot of really challenging things. I've been saying this over and over again. We all know this. And a lot of times we think things are about us, and we are very reactive to the way people talk to us and treat us, of course, because no one wants to be treated disrespectfully. But the next time somebody is disrespectful to you in any way, or they don't value or honor your beliefs, take a minute and don't be so reactive. That's been a huge lesson that I've had to learn through this, because I've been in quarantine with my family, and it has been very challenging because everybody's very uptight. People, you don't get to live the type of life you normally want to live, and you don't get to enjoy everybody's company that you normally would. But that has also challenged me to develop my relationships with my family and friends to a deeper level. That's for sure. But yeah, most of the time it's not about you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I could give to you my top 10 life lessons that COVID-19 taught me. I hope that you can take a little snippets and tidbits from this and maybe apply it to your own life. If you're interested in any other videos like this one, please see the description box below. Please subscribe and like, and if you're interested in getting real-time notifications when I do post new content, please click the little bell in the notification on the video. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys are all ready to make the changes and to live your best life.